This is your WW3 News. Met Police Detective Mike Neville a few days ago had an interview with the Express, I believe so, regarding immigrants and the boom of crime. Obviously, who commits felonies in the United Kingdom have changed, have increased a great deal due to the inflows of these so-called invaders or boat people, illegals, who you can call them, in the last few years. And obviously, crimes against women and girls, like sexual violence, has just shot up like a rocket. All on these regarding boat people. And don't forget, there are certain members of the ethnic communities in Islamic communities which are Muslims, but they tend to have a more radical, more extreme view of the Quran. And therefore, you've got people who coming over or been there for many years, seeing women as sex objects. Therefore, due to a boom in that, not on their own women, not even on women of in Britain. And this so-called grooming going phenomenon has been going on for years and years. It's been exposed by Tommy Robinson, and mostly the establishment tried to, shut him up and hide these things underneath the carpet because they are scared of their political careers. They're not interested about the well-being of the community itself. And this is the problem. And how does police tackle, or how do police today? The British Police once upon a time was a very, very respected establishment by members of the public, and even as an example for other police forces around the world. Now, they've become a laughing stock. They have become a circus attraction, which is a pretty sad thing. They've become a two-tier system. They tend to pass more time in woke narratives on the web, monitoring against so-called hate speech. Hate speech is just a disguise for, if you criticise the government, you have a knock on the door. It's been like Orwell 1984. Basically, really, a two-tier system. They tend to go down more heavily on the locals instead of the so-called illegals when they commit felonies. And if you were to see how many felonies these people commit, it's absolutely astonishing. And I don't think it's just the same. It's just the situation in the United Kingdom. If you go to various countries in Europe, it differs in ethnic minorities who commit offences. But there's always foreigners who commit these offences. Probably once upon a time, 10 or 30 years ago, more nationals were being convicted for certain crimes. All of a sudden, there's a boom in this in crime. And it's always connected with immigration control. They arrive here thinking they'll find a job and God knows what. In the end, they end up in crime. Or they've been forced here as some type of slaves or free labour in organised criminality, basically. Or they make their living committing crimes because obviously you're illegal, you don't have documents, and there's risk of being sent back. But mind you, they got a way around declaring themselves as so-called refugees. In most cases, they're not. They're just economic migrants. And the story, they don't want to follow the bureaucratic due process which regulates this type of thing. And there you are. It sums it up in one time, in one thing. But the thing is, there are certain ethnic minorities which are rising up against the locals. We see this in the United Kingdom and various parts in Europe, especially those Middle East and North Africans which profess the religion of Islam in a more radical way. Being Jack the Lad, basically, you know, putting himself about, basically being like fascists and use violence to impose their rules and culture and religion on people who are not even a part of it. And mind you, there are politicians which are complicity in this thing, to let them do it. This is the most worst thing. They don't do anything to stop this phenomenon, but they continue to encourage it in a certain way. And the whole judicial system is just a joke, a circus. People who are being convicted of serious crimes, especially these people, migrants, they get light sentences in the United Kingdom due to the system. And the locals go down pretty heavy for chicken shit things. This is basically how regarding policing and crime rates and who commits them, it's basically like in Europe, a general, how do you say, situation.